I am back again with another video, and remember, you guys, I covered this yesterday about the young man Ryan, who was shot 37 times by the LA sheriff deputies. They did an overkill on him, but since I covered this yesterday in a mixture of about the Memphis riots and the young man that got killed there, the 20-year-old that was killed by the police, we're gonna I'm gonna cover this article again, and then we're gonna get into some stuff that I pulled from looking at what we have here, because this one isn't televised. This story was not. This was something that had basically went viral through social media outlets, and they never really cover a lot of the stuff that happens on a common daily basis. So let's just get into the article. It says here, on Thursday, June 6, LA County deputies opened fire on 24-year-old RyanTwyman. According to Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, Twyman was shot 37 times and killed just 3 days after his birthday. No major news outlets seem to be covering the story, and the deafening silence is only fueling the outrage with his community. According to SBRBN, who spoke exclusively to Ryan's sister the day after his death, Ryan was sitting in his parked car with a friend when LA County deputies arrived on the scene. And this is where I was saying we don't know where he was, you know, and not that that should matter. I mean, it shouldn't be a crime to sit in your car, but I'm curious to know where he was, you know, because I told y'all this is a spiritual battle. Like, they rolling up on people in cars now. Upon the officer's arrival, an unarmed female relative of Twyman's moved to leave the area in fear that the police would harass them, and she was right. But when Twyman tried to leave in his car, he was blocked in by the officers. Several witnesses claim that Ryan's friend then opened the passenger door of the car, and the cops proceed to drag friend out and beat him. Amid to commotion, an officer claimed to have seen a gun, which caused another deputy to open fire, shooting at Ryan. And we know that's the main thing they love to say is he got a weapon. Phil actually covered the story on that. I'm gonna show y'all that, because I told y'all he be having some good stuff. And this boy didn't even have a weapon. He tried to get him to reach so he could shoot him and have a reason to. He kept shooting, hollering back at his people. That seemed to be the code word. He got a gun, and then somebody else just get to shooting, and everybody get to shooting. And that's what he tried to get to happen in this case, but the guy had everything to record. Both his hands out the window, and he was still saying it. Then he was trying to bait him by saying, oh yeah, well, cut your ignition off, stop your car. And he like, no, you do it. But I'm gonna show y'all the video. But let's get back to the article. Okay, it says here, according to eyewitnesses, after emptying the entire clip, the officer went to his car and grabbed his rifle, only to begin shooting at Ryan again. There is no information or statements from the LAPD, of course, on this matter. So far, however, multiple witnesses have said that Ryan was unarmed, and there has yet to be evidence of a gun on the scene. The county sheriff has yet to issue any statement on the matter. Yeah, that's because it's not televised. If this went viral on the news media outlets, then this would be something completely different. They would have came out and had like a press or something like that. Or the people over here in LA ain't going crazy, because y'all know what's happening over in LA. And this is why I had said what I said on my Facebook, and people weren't too happy about me saying it, that I believe Nipsey had got set up. And when all the stuff ended up coming out about the friend, people was thinking, oh, this was just some jealousy act. No, it wasn't. This was a setup act. This was intentional. And when you look at everything that this man was doing for his community, he had a hot spot that he owned the whole entire plaza. He owned buildings, so he wasn't selling them. He brought it from the owner, and then they gentrifying through there. They're moving out the residents from out of Compton, in Crenshaw, because they're about to get ready to build this redo a whole new stadium that they have there. And so they're moving all of the poor out, raising the rent, raising the taxes, so people can lose their homes, lose where they stay because they can't afford to live there anymore. And then having the whites come move in because they're working on the stadium. It's no different than what they did here in downtown Detroit with the Little Caesars Arena. Even though it was towed up and they left it that way, since all the stuff broke off, like I told y'all back in the 60s. Yeah, it was in the 60s when this all the riots took place here in Detroit. So let's get into some things here that stood out to me. And this is okay. Let's reload. There we go. So we're gonna get into the first number that stood out to me in his case, which was the number 12. And it says that can be found in 187 places in God's word. Revelation alone has 22 occurrences on the number. The meaning of 12, which is considered a perfect number, is that it symbolizes God's power and authority, as well as serving a perfect governmental foundation. It can also symbolize completeness or the nation of Israel as a whole. Interesting, right? Because if y'all know, like I know, we know genetically this young man is an Israelite. So when I came here and punched it into coordinates, I was telling a friend of mine about using Blue Letter Bible for, you know, what they wanted to find out about the Bible. It makes it a little more interesting to read it when you can kind of decipher the words and it's set up for you. But like I said, y'all, this knowledge is increasing. It's open, available for us to get to. So it's important that we get to it now and learn as much as we can, because the same way they're doing them over in Sudan, they're shutting the internet and everything down. Like, start purchasing y'all some books on information, because it's very vital in this time. We don't know how much longer we're going to be at hand's reach to this stuff, so it's good to have it at least on hand. But the number 12 here in the Bible, in the Strong's Concordance, it means the bottomless, unbound, the abyss, the pit. What I keep telling y'all about this place, the immersible death. I keep telling you about this place, okay? So let's go. Let's pull out my little notebook. Let's go to I want to go here. This is what I want to do, because this is what I was supposed to have did. But I want y'all to see here first. We have here, brothers and sisters, the 12th letter of the English alphabet is L, okay? And then we're going to do the letter A, so y'all can see. And now you'll see A is the very first letter, as we all know. No, y'all don't need to be spoon-fed in that way, but you know, just so y'all can see where I got this from. So y'all see, this is abyss, the letter A. Okay. You see this alpha. Okay. First letter of the Greek alphabet, Christ is the alpha, to indicate that he is the beginning and the end. And see, we already know that Satan also is portraying as the alpha as well of this earth. So when we see this, like for instance, we come here. Let me see if I can pull it up. If so, I don't know how to get to it here. I can do it from my phone though, but not from here. But I'll be able to do that later. But anywho, oh wait a minute, yes I can. I got it now, y'all. H1. See? A primitive word, father in literal and immediate or figurative or remote application. Chief, a forefather, fatherless, patrimony, principal. See? Abba. That's here. So he's portraying to be the father, you guys. And if you look here, you guys will see The Father is Christ in the flesh. So Satan is also playing alpha. See, he's playing and portraying as that. So now that we have all of this understood, let's go back and let's jump into our first scripture, brothers and sisters. And we are going to go into Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 19. This is in the Apocrypha. So those who have the Apocrypha, you guys will be able to read the book Wisdom of Solomon. So let's read 10 and 19. And it says, "But she drowned their enemies and cast them up from the depth of the sea." And see, I'm going to show y'all what the sea is. It's not the sea that we see out here that's water. The sea is something quite interesting. So that's what they're trying. It's coded, y'all, like I always say. So we're going to decode Wisdom of Solomon and who the she is. And the she is the female rivalry in Jacob's trouble. So we're going to get to this, okay? All right, so we're going to go first to Genesis 1 so y'all can see. Well, Genesis 1, there we go, 1 and 2. And it says here, the creation of the world. Remember, y'all, who started this? Satan started this. But see, y'all gets all the glory and the credit because he created Satan, and Satan wouldn't be able to create it without him because Yah gave him the ability to do it. You get it? Okay. So Satan started all of this crap, but he was designed to do so. And it says here, and the earth was without form. Okay, what form is that? A desolation, a lie waste. So a desolation of surface, that is desert. Figuratively, a worthless thing. Abbreviably, in vain. Confusion, empty place, without form, nothing. Okay, a waste, a wilderness. Okay, and void, a waste, a wilderness, and a void. Okay, see, it says here, to be empty. Okay, it's a ruin. Emptiness. Nothing is there right now, right? Okay. And darkness. See, I told y'all about this darkness. Soon y'all heard, when y'all see these words that just stick out, that scream Satan, you should know it's him. It's him. The darkness. What darkness? Okay. The darkness of misery and destruction and death and ignorance and sorrow and wickedness. That darkness. Okay. So there was nothing there but this. But wickedness. Okay. That's what was there first. So now y'all see in Genesis 1 and 2, what's going on here, okay? So pay close attention. So wickedness was upon the face of the deep. What deep? Remember here, an abyss, okay? What did I just show y'all here? The abyss, okay? The bottomless, okay? That was first, okay? Now, let's continue. Stay with me, y'all. As a surging mass of water. Okay, remember we talked about the sea? We're going to see what this is. Especially the deep, the main sea. Remember, sea, water and sea, I told y'all, is not what y'all think it is in Wisdom of Solomon now. Hold tight. So now we know that the abyss was a water supply. This is why they love, everything is basically based off maritime law. You know, if you don't know about maritime law, I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but you can go look into it. When you notice that your road laws is based off of that, your land, water, and sea, your land, your sea, and the air is all like, you know, you're flowing through something. All the laws is written and based around that. Okay, let's see here. And the darkness was upon the face of the deep. And I didn't highlight that. I'm surprised I didn't. Okay, let's highlight it now. And the spirit. What spirit, y'all? A life of what? A tempest. A tempest. Y'all know who the tempter is. Of what? a region of the sky. Okay, remember I told y'all about the sky, how maritime law works. Think about, compare y'all reality to the Bible, because that's exactly, the Bible is our reality, like I keep saying. Unsustainable, angry person, a region of the sky, who's a spiritual tempest of God. So now we see it's Elohim. He's of the Elohim. He's not the supreme most high Yahuwah, oh Lord of the Elohim. He is of it. Okay, so that's where that's who Satan is. Okay, so right here it says of God moved upon the face. So now we know Satan moved upon the face of the waters. Well, what waters did we see him in? Okay, this is why everything is so perverse. Urine also. This is why they use urine in those occult practice rituals and stuff. They use blood. They use filthy water. They do all type of stuff. I'm gonna leave the link. I have to. I'm sorry, y'all. I be forgetting. Forgive me. Pregnant people be going through this. You know, we be forgetting stuff, and it's not done intentional. I keep forgetting to drop these links for y'all. But it's going to be in these videos. I'm going to put them up here eventually. But you guys will see for yourself that who's in Genesis 1 doing the creation right now, okay? So they're in semen. And this is how, I'm going to show y'all in another video. I'm going to use this scripture to show y'all once again about this. But I've been giving y'all a little bit bits and pieces throughout different videos on what's operating this world. Okay? So we're going to go over to Jude 1 and 3. This video not going to be long. But before we go there, we're going to go here. So I know y'all wondering where I get 66 from, okay? So this story got reported June 6th. And I told y'all certain numbers that stick out, not every single number, but certain numbers stick out to where I look into them and just be like, what's that number all about? I wonder what that number is. Or I'll ask it, but usually y'all will just tell me, look at this number or look at that number, and it'll just happen. So like I said, it don't be every single number. It may be something that's said in the story, maybe something they did in the story along with numbers, but y'all will give y'all the direction, the truth. You just gotta have love for it. You gotta want to know, and that's how you get led to it. And that's where I'm able to bring it to y'all once I find out. That's why I tell y'all I'm a good nosy, because I be wanting to tell y'all what's going on. So here, the number 66, I can exit out of this too. The number 66 is the definition is living in the fields, the wild, the savage, the fierce, wild fears. Okay, so remember the previous video where I was showing y'all about Sage Wanderer, and he was telling y'all about how the police has been acting, and I was saying that it's strange, it's like a switch hit on them. And that's with not just the police, just, you know, a lot of these people out here that's just going mad crazy. And that's within the blacks and the whites. This ain't just no white people thing. It's happening on both sides of the fence. And yes, it is a mental illness that's happening with them, because they're possessed, like I've been saying. So let's find out what this means. And we're going to go to Jude chapter 1 and 3. We're going to go to the Bible. And we're going to go to Jude chapter 1. We're going to go over to 3. See? Judgment of false teachers. Okay? Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful. Pay attention, y'all, because y'all hear this. I'm going to repeat it again. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful. It is in this time. Our salvation is needful. This is our solution, brothers and sisters. For me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. Okay? For there are certain men crept in unawares. So y'all can see. Crept into unawares. See, alleged stealthily. Settle alongside. Highlight it. There we go. They crept in. That's exactly what they did. It says, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation ungodly men. So y'all don't know who that is. As a negative particle. And a presumed derivation of religious people. Okay? To reverend. You know, people want to be reverends and all this stuff. See this? They giving themselves titles that Yah didn't give them. These people supposed to exemplify these gifts. You know, that is to adorn. Y'all love adorning y'all pastor, bishops, and reverends and stuff. These people. Ungodly men is who he called them. Turning the grace of our God into lasciviousness. There it is. Okay, it's the same thing as this right here, y'all. Okay, lasciviousness. Okay, they have vices. Okay, and see this as a negative particle. A negative particle of G1. Now y'all about to see who? Alpha. What I just showed y'all prior to us coming here, okay? So now we know that this is Satan that is operating in these men, possessing them, okay? These are people of the wickedness that came from the Elohim, the darkness that was in Genesis 1. That has moved upon the face of the semen. You know, the semen that impregnates people, that comes and traps angels inside of their system, which is the host body that you are in. Hold tight. We're about to keep going. This is why you're dealing with good and bad within yourself. You got a temper, but you could be a good person. Same thing like the young man in Memphis. They said he was a good guy, but he did some bad guy stuff. So this is all left up to Yah, whether he want to accept him or not into the kingdom, because we can't give that determination. But there was judgment left for him, and I left that in the video, okay? Now, says the ungodly man turning the grace of our Yah. See, this isn't the Elohim. This is the supreme divinity, a magistrate, okay, into lasciviousness, okay, and denying the only Lord, which is Yah, okay, the Lord, the Master. See, this is Yahusha. And our Lord Jesus Christ, who is Yahusha HaMashiach. See? Right here, Yahusha. But they, you know, Y's were here instead of the J's. Yahusha HaMashiach. But they got here Christos. But we'll go into it another day about what that is all about. So, this is going to be a short video. It's going to be a short video. I'm not going to have y'all long this time. And we're going to go, my next number I was going into was 37, because here in this article it shows here he was shot 37 times. Okay, so we're going to go into it. Since my computer want to still act crazy on me. There we go. Load on up for me. Okay. It says to render, to acknowledge, or to be vulnerable or hollow. This man was definitely in a vulnerable position, getting blocked in. To separate from profane things and dedicate to God. Consecrate things to God. Dedicate people to God. We know who was dedicating people to God and got in trouble. That was Cain. Go back and check out my previous videos where I show that. The last two. So we're going to go over into Revelations 22 and 11 in the Bible. Revelation 22 11. Let's exit out of that, so that way we'll have no issues when we come back to it. And it says here, he that is unjust, okay, to be unjust, actively to do wrong, morally, socially, or physically do wrong, hurt, injure, be an offender, be unjust, do suffer, take, to do wrong. Those people. Okay. Those people are operated through G1. And we already just went over G1, who that was. Alpha, of a negative origin. Okay. See, alpha as a negative particle, and Strong's G1349. Okay, and it says here, wicked, treacherous, specifically a heathen. This is how this man, you see, they shot him down like they did. Those were heathens. Okay, 37 times. That was an overkill. Right as self-evident, judgment, punishment, and vengeance. So this is what's going to come to those officers who did what they did. Okay, so please understand that vengeance is mine, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim. Please understand, he will avenge what they do to us. Now let's continue to read. Let him be unjust. He's saying let him be that way. That's why I keep telling y'all, thus saith the Lord, vengeance is mine. Okay, still, and he which is filthy. Yes, filthy, to become dirty morally. The police is some dirty motherfuckers morally. Let's just keep it real. Let him be filthy. Go ahead. That's why I keep telling y'all, let these people do what they supposed to do. They supposed to be doing it. Okay, let them be filthy still. And he that is righteous, okay, innocent, holy, and righteous, let him be righteous still. This is why I'm telling y'all to come out of Babylon. Get out of it. Don't partake in her ways, because it's judgment about to get ready to come to this country and a lot of places around the world. Okay, everywhere that we're scattered, everything that they've done to us, vengeance is coming. He that is holy, let him be holy still. This is why he's telling y'all to chill out. Y'all don't have to be out there shooting and killing each other and going back and acting in revenge, tearing at the police cars and all this stuff. Some people may say, yeah, well, they should, but you're not getting anywhere but bringing more trauma and turmoil to your own neighborhood, because you're marking yourselves. Everybody from that community is not safe. So I'm talking about the people that's over in Memphis. I don't know what they're doing in LA, but if they start tripping and going crazy, then you'll know why. This is what I just showed y'all in the previous video, where he was I showed y'all the video where the older gentleman was talking about how these police all is under MK Ultra, and you can tell something ain't right, because I've been showing y'all about South Sudan. I've showed y'all about the Pamela Turner case. I've just showed y'all about what happened here over in Memphis. Now I'm telling y'all about what's happening over in LA, the stuff that's going down here in the city of Detroit. Like, come on, people, come on. Let's go to let's go here. This is the LA County Sheriff's badge, okay? And I had pulled this up for a reason, because these symbols that's in his badge, and the symbols in the badge mean boy lover, Pizzagate. And some people may know about what Pizzagate is all about. See, unclassified, all this stuff is unclassified stuff. The FBI, you know, has symbols and logos used by pedophiles to identify sexual preferences. This is on their badge. Okay? Let's exit out of this real quick. Oh, well, I did that already. So, you guys, y'all see this? These people, you don't see nobody really black. I don't see nobody black really either. And even if they are, they on that side. They are serving Satan, y'all. And let's go here to our last scripture, to Revelation 9:11. Okay, let's go up one. Now, let me go back. I'm gonna read this down to 9:11. I'm gonna go from 9:1 to 9:11, and I want y'all to now understand what I keep talking about when I say about the locust from the bottomless pit. And I'm gonna put some links here so that y'all can go look at and check out some other videos that's going more in depth about it than I am, until I get my channel fully together what I need to show y'all. I can just send y'all over to other people's channels and support them and their message. So here in Revelations 9:1, it says, and the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Okay, we've been constantly talking about this. And it says here, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and all the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Okay, you see how all this is tying into everything that I pulled up? They're ushering all of this in. They're sacrifice. This is sacrifice season, and they have to sacrifice Israelites, because this is what Cain did in the garden. Okay, he was sacrificing people. This is why Yah did not like his offering, and he accepted Abel's, and then his bloodthirsty crazy self killed his brother. Okay, because he's a killer. He was a liar. He was crazy from the beginning. That was Satan. He just took over the human body system. Okay, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and upon there was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. But these gonna be scorpions with wings, brothers and sisters. The Bible ain't been lying to y'all, so all this time is not lying now. And it was commanded to them. Okay, so this is a command, y'all, that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men. Okay, those men. A human being. Okay, that's why I tapped on it, and I don't know why I didn't highlight this. Okay, hurt the grass and the green thing, neither any green tree, but only those men. Well, what about those men? What men are they talking about? Which have not the seal. What seal? Okay, a signet, a fencing, and or protection from misappropriation. Okay, y'all need to have people praying for y'all. Pray for yourself, pray for your families. Get out of Babylon, y'all. All this stuff y'all are wrapped up into is teaching y'all to be marked. By implication, the stamp impressed as a mark of privacy or geniusness, literally or figuratively a seal. Okay, so these people who don't have a seal, that's who Yah is ordering for the locusts to come after. And that's why I told y'all, these cops, they're going to be up here. They don't have nowhere for them to go, and they're going to be tormented. If there will be FEMA camps, I believe like they had those FEMA camps now, they're using them for the border. And probably when they go to war, if some people do get over here on our soil, potentially, that's what I believe those FEMA camps are going to be for. And I could be wrong, but that's just my guess. You know, when they take prisoners of war, they got to have somewhere to put them, because they already have majority of the citizens here in this country in the regular jail, so they had to have something for someone somewhere to go. Like they've been using all the immigrants and doing the same thing to them, and I'm like, they just got a lot of nerve. It's crazy, y'all. So those that don't have the seal of God, you know, the divinity, the supreme divinity in their foreheads, okay, and them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented. Can you imagine tormenting in pain, torment, vex? Okay, tormented of a scorpion when he striketh a man. He's going to, it should be kill them, but not they should be tormented 5 months. So this is going to go on for 5 months. So you basically gonna be, it's this movie, y'all. Let me pull it up, y'all. I wonder if this is okay, yes, this movie here. I watched this what was it? I watched this movie a couple days ago. I don't know why, but y'all be having me look at stuff. And basically these two girls, they took a trip over to Jerusalem, and they end up going with this man right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it. Here go the trailer. I'm gonna play it so y'all can see it. I suggest y'all look at this movie. It's not one of them A-class movies, but it's a good.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're really going!
What's he doing, Ryan?
We now restart our station. Welcome to Jerusalem.
Ascend's next to Ascend, next to them for all step together.
Look where we are! It's insane! The city is awesome!
If you don't believe in God, you come to the wrong city. Yom Kippur, judgment day. It's not the sky that's the burning up tonight. It's the wrong. It's religious bullshit.
The police in the gates are not letting anybody out of the city!
This is going to be the best vacation ever.
Okay, so basically, homegirl in the end, I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. Go check the movie out. It's on Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it from. But you got 2 different platforms y'all can go check this movie out. It's pretty interesting. This kind of give y'all a visual of some degree, but instead of it being locusts, it's actually infested zombie-like people. And they're coming from out of the pits of hell. And really, that's what's going to happen to the people once they get stung by scorpions. When you see how tormented some of the friends stuff are when they get down inside of them dark tombs where they are, and they trying to get away, then you're gonna see, like, it's okay, it's gonna be real. They not showing y'all this stuff in Hollywood for nothing. So it's saying here, it's gonna as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it. Watch the movie and this is all gonna make sense to y'all. And shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. It says here, and the shapes of the locusts were unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. You'll see, because these are people that's going to transform into flying creatures, and then, like, if they touch you, scratch you, bite you, whatever it is, they're infecting you, and then you'll transform into that, and then it'll just be like a whole infection happening. But watch the movie. Let me keep reading. As it were, okay. And it says here, and they hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. When you see these creatures, when they fully transform, they'll look just like this. And it says here, and they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings were as the sound of chariots, of many horses running to battle. And y'all will hear that when I'm about to try not to ruin the movie. Watch the movie. All of this is gonna make sense. Go back and read it. And it says here, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were sitting in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Okay, see? Let's go here, scorpions. See, it's gonna be from a sting. See, they're gonna sting them 5 months. Okay. And it says here, and they had a king over them, which is the angel. Okay. See, by implication, a pastor, an angel, and we already told y'all about the the false teachers, right? So be careful, because these people are on assignments. Okay. They're passing time to lead y'all away. And that's exactly what's happening. That's their job. That's exactly what they're doing. And it says here, they driving away the herd. Now, like I said, everybody that is teaching, or you know what I mean, that's, y'all will know these pastors, okay? I'm not saying this is everybody, okay? But what I'm saying is you're going to know these people by their actions, which is their spirit is going to act out. That's what I'm saying. So don't just go false accusing people of something that you have not seen them in the act of doing, or that you hear them saying something that you know isn't right. You know, that's what I'm talking about, you know. But if they are practicing something that they're not supposed to be practicing, and they're doing idol worship, and they're teaching people and leading them astray, this is why, okay? See, it's the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, okay? A destroying angel. That's who was here in the beginning. Remember, y'all? And see, let me go here. See, it's Hades, destruction. That was the very first thing that was designed and created. And they moved upon the face of semen, okay? This is why semen is where it's like this. This is where it's all sourcing from, okay? That's why y'all gotta be careful about who y'all giving y'all seed to. But in the Greek tongue have his name Apollyon, okay? Once again, the destroyer, that is Satan, Apollyon. See, destroyer, die, loose, mar, perish, okay? So I'm gonna leave it here. That's what I got from this man's story. What operated his whole situation was Satan and those from the bottomless pit. They are sacrificing our people, okay? They have to, because they have to feed their locusts when the pit opens, okay? They're hatching and they're rising. If you think this is a joke, check out Madonna's little performance. Matter of fact,